Let's go.
Good morning, travelers. Today is Sunday, December 18th, 2022, and we are at the Falkland Islands. It is my first day that we're not at sea on my Antarctic expedition. Guys, we're here. Look. Now, if you don't know, the Falkland Islands are known for their large seabird colonies and their penguin colonies. We're actually going to be seeing the penguin colony today. We just anchored right before I got out of the room and started filming. I was actually putting my mascara on and I felt them stop and anchor. I was like, oh my God, this is it. Conditions, wind is about 20 knots. Skies are sunny, but there is a little bit of cloudiness. I'm heading to breakfast. I have one of my base layers on. We're gonna go get dressed. You obviously don't want to be wearing everything you're gonna wear to go outside or on the ship. But it seems like the cruise is abuzz and everyone's ready to go. Let's go. It's time for the long walk. Let's go down to the mudroom.
Pink stuff and go to the right.
Okay, race to rest.
Well done. Okay, right here behind.
Oh my God, we're doing it! Oh my God! I can't believe it! Relatively simple and smooth process, and once you're out here, it's like nothing you've ever experienced before. Hello, morning, Jamie.
Welcome to the Falkland Islands. Welcome to Carcass Island, and thank you for sorting the sun out for us. We're going to brief you on the beach today. So we're going to basically slide you up, swing your legs towards the sea so you can wave for your lovely driver. Stay seated in the Zodiacs. You just need to get into good habits. South Georgia's not going to be this forgiving. And then we'll gather you just up at the beach here and we'll brief you there. So slide up both sides. Okay, the other way. You can slide up.
And we're out. Our first landing into the Falkland Islands. What I just showed you was a wet landing. Now we have the long walk, and that is 5 full kilometers. So there are going to be birds everywhere, and then we're going to end up back at the same beach with the 2 penguin settlements. Let's get started.
We've got Magellanic penguins there. There were some Gentoos penguins as well. Further down the beach there's oyster catching friends. You're going to join Christoph, who is an avid fanatical birder. So good luck with avoiding seeing birds with him. You're going to go a little bit down to the south, maybe find some Gentoos, and then you're going to walk up and you're going to end up at the settlement. Fly and be free. Enjoy.
The penguins that we're watching are called Magellanic penguins. We're also going to see another type of penguins when we finish our 5-kilometer walk, and they're going to be at the other end of the beach. Right now we're spending some time with these guys. Some of them have, majority of them have eggs, but some of them do have chicks. It's a little bit of a hike. We have to make our way through this very charismatic grass before we can start actually getting into the flat part of it. The settlement of penguins we're seeing right now are called Gen 2s. Now, we can identify these Gen 2s because they're going to have a white spot on their head and then an orange beak. And on this cruise, we're not going to see any other penguins with orange beaks and a white spot on their head. So that's the easiest way to identify a Gen 2 from all the other penguins that we're going to see. It's a completely different type of tree. All right, we are done with the 5-kilometer hike on Carcass Island. We saw a bunch of penguins, a bunch of birds, beautiful landscapes. There was actually a little settlement. There is a little, I don't even know if it qualifies as a town, it's really just a settlement there. And we started at one beach, did the 5-kilometer hike, got off at another, and then we are back on the Ocean Victory. Now we are going to go to West Point Island. The time is 12:38. And so we will arrive at West Point around 2:30, and we'll start guest operations again there. We'll have another excursion there at West Point Island. It is still a part of the Falkland Islands. Today and tomorrow are both excursions to the Falkland Islands. Right now, it is 12:38 after a 5-kilometer hike, so we are ready to go to the Beagle restaurant for some lunch. We finished lunch, found out that they, in fact, did get to stream the World Cup in the lecture room. I guess bought the Wi-Fi, and now they're streaming the World Cup in the lecture room. It's 2-0 Argentina, France right now.
To Paul on the far side. Over his back to Enzo Fernandez. Fernandez trying to angle that one. Oh, it's got McAllister.
I don't think he was anticipating this. I think if he continues his run here, he's stopped his run. Messi took the ball down to the near post. He would have been right up in there.
Exactly. Now I'm prepared. Now you're ready.
Perspective.
Our expedition leader, Jamie, timed the announcement right as the clock went out. We have docked at West Point, so
please bear in mind that with regard to layering.
they're about to send the staff ashore. That was one of the most intense games I've seen. The most intense game I've seen is my high school's last conference football game my senior year, but that was one of the most intense games I've seen. I cannot believe France made that comeback. Oh my God. Thank you.
Seven, 8, 9. It's too hot. Shoot the last one.
Yeah, I know. Really.
machine over here. How about it first?
Thank you.
Okay, welcome to West Point Island. It's a phenomenal spot, beautiful conditions. I'm going to get you to slide up that way, and you're going to slide up this way a little bit. I'm going to give you 2 hours, folks. You can either walk or you can take a lift. The folks have already started walking there. We've got lifts in the Land Rovers for those that need it. But I would strongly recommend getting up to the albatross and the rockhopper, terrifying rockhopper penguins, spending your time there, and then come back. They've got the best hospitality in the Southern Hemisphere in the little on the house just on top where you can see the Union flag there. So make some time for that. 2 hours, so it's going to be, let's call it 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock back.
How long is the walk, please?
It depends on how quickly you walk. It's a mile.
Thanks.
Over sort of slightly rolling hills. We're going to get you out first, test it on you, make sure it's safe for everybody else.
Okay. Thank you.
Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. We don't get conditions like this here very often.
Whew. The albatross are the largest seabirds in the world, and what we're about to go see is the largest community of them. 95% of all albatross live on West Point, on this island, and we're about to hike to go see all those albatross. There are also going to be a bunch of penguins, and they're supposed to have baby chicks, and it's going to be such a sight to see. You can already see them circling that entire area. We have made it to the settlement after a 1.3-mile walk. You can't talk very loudly here. You have to be really quiet and talk in hushed whispers. This is not what I was expecting at all. There are albatross everywhere, and there are penguins everywhere. It's everywhere. And when more tourists started showing up, they started flying a lot closer. Like, they'll fly right by your face. You just have to get it on camera. It's crazy. And this is actually their colony. So they live together in harmony. They're symbiotic. And they have like little chicks everywhere. And you'll catch them feeding their chicks with their beaks. It's the cutest thing. That was absolutely incredible. I have no other words to describe it. Oh my god. I was expecting a colony, but I wasn't expecting that. 95% of all, don't mind the hair, the wind's coming from the opposite way. 95% of the world's albatross live there. Oh my god, I was not expecting that. And the way that they were living in harmony, the penguins and the albatross, oh my god, it was crazy. The clouds seem to have descended upon us, and we have 15 minutes before we are supposed to be back as Blue Group, since we were the first group to go. So, starting the hike back. We're almost here. We are back to the wind turbines, and there's a cow and a calf here. That's how the people self-sustain themselves to have milk and cheese. Correction, there are 3. There's one in the back. Alright, we are going to go visit the best hospitality in the southern hemisphere. There's a couple here that lives on this island and they are almost completely self-sustained. They have like their own cows and they have a garden and everything. They obviously do have shipments of food come in either via airplane or via ships, but they are very much self-sustained. And look, this is their little hut. It's not even a hut, it's a house. They live here. They live on this island.
I like to take a photo of these. It's so pretty.
Thank you so much for the hospitality. She said that she doesn't like being filmed, so I removed her out of respect, but I'm gonna tell you guys all about her after we discover this enchanted forest. She said it's a secret path leading to the veggie garden. This is amazing, guys, look. It's literally like you stepped into a fairy tale. It's amazing. I don't want to step over those because I don't know if we're allowed to, but oh, the cows are this way. Yeah, that's the enchanted garden. Oh my god. Feels like you just walked into a fairy tale. You're at the edge of the world, one of the most remote parts of the world. And there's an enchanted garden down here. It's crazy. Alright, some background on the lady who was so hospitable. She actually baked all those treats by herself for all of us. It was so sweet. Background on her, she has that enchanted garden. She was born and raised in Austria, and then she jumped around the globe before moving to the Caribbean and then moving to West Point Island. And that was done over 33 years, and she's lived at West Point for 7 years non-continuously. It's her and her husband. And they do have shipments sent through via airplanes and cruise ships or sometimes boats of ingredients, but they do self-sustain themselves very well, and it's just amazing to see, especially in today's day and age where we're all so continental. Yeah, they're the only 2 humans, at least, living on that island. She was so sweet. That was the best tea I've had. There's an albatross by the water. That was the best tea I've had in my entire life. Definitely.
So this is Abu right here. Yeah. This is Mahib. Abu, what do you think about the Antarctica trip? Say it quickly. We have to wait.
It is awesome, as Mahib paid for it, so I don't have any issues. I'm gonna just enjoy it.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Jamie's saying it's gonna be a lot more windy and a lot more choppy, and I'm at the front of the boat, so prepare to be spot. And that marks the end of a very successful day of excursions. My hair somehow actually did survive through it, but we are going to head out and have dinner and then go sleep. Everyone is going to sleep like a baby tonight. Doesn't matter if you did 5K or just the landing, or if you did do this or not, just getting on the Zodiacs is so tiring, especially walking with your muck boots. And that is all for this day of the Antarctic expedition, Falkland Islands, day 1. Thank you for tagging along with me, travelers. I hope to see you again soon. Bon voyage on wherever you're off to next.